You should use a condom before you listen.
The American dream is dead.
John Lisle, L.A. Lloyd, and Drew Bennett, Beaver, Kool-Aid.
You don't have your motorcycle anymore?
Yeah, I still got it. I got it.
I figured that's the way Lloyd would invade Oklahoma, is up on the Harley.
I thought that
No. From here to there with the Harley. That's how the countdown man would do it. You're ready to go, dude.
Hey, I don't mean to put a damper on this, but I don't think you have time to grow your hair out.
You know, at this point now, I'd have to get a weave or,
Well, that's the reason why he wears the helmet, because if he didn't wear a helmet all the way up to Oklahoma, he'd be totally bald by the time he got there.
The last I'd have left would be gone, man.
He's got like he pasted a dread onto the back of his head. He's got like one braid hanging down, and he's the guy, man, and then you keep playing with it all the time.
Old pictures of L.A. Lloyd, a younger L.A. Lloyd, boy, he would have been able to take a motorcycle, right, with that hair and the flowing in the back.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
He used to have that long hair.
Yeah, it would have just been blowing back there. That's what happened. Too much of that riding without the helmet. I can still see you with a solitary braid, though, back there, playing with it a lot, as you're talking to people. Start sucking on it.
I went up to Oklahoma about 2.5 years ago in Tulsa. That carries a countdown. People up there are very friendly, love radio, love rock music. So I got the invite to come up for Rocklahoma this year. So I think I'm going to take them up on the offer. Okay.
So you're going to do that. That's what people do when they don't have a seacoast. They got to do whatever. They're landlocked. They're a landlocked nation. There it is. And they say like, yeah, okay, get them on up here. I like you, L.A. Lloyd. I like you a lot. Mm-hmm. You're a white man, and white man is a right man, and I love you. I can just.
What is he talking about? Have you been drinking the wine tonight too, liar?
Oh, boy.
I can just feel you, Lloyd. Man, I can feel when you're there, and it's like, all right.
As a Texan, I hate saying this. Now that I'm older, there's really nothing wrong with Oklahoma. Tulsa's a lovely little town.
It is a cool little town.
Problem with me is that with Oklahoma is because I'm a nativist activist. And so I have a real problem with Oklahoma because it's like, once again, at least a few tribes triumph because of mineral rights. But otherwise, here's a piece of shit we're going to throw you out on. And at the same time, okay, everybody can go. And Tom Cruise.
There's a long history to that whole business over there in Oklahoma, right?
I read a book last year. It was about people that were marrying into these various families in Oklahoma, and one particular tribe where they were just, they were doing these things and then murdering the women, and the law enforcement was looking elsewhere, and just to get their mineral rights, get their money.
Wow.
You're in, got your stuff, and I can't. Something of the yellow moon or something. I don't know. Anyhow, that's
Empire of the Yellow Moon.
That's it. I read that last year. I read like 2 or 3 books a week, man. So
it looks like we got ourselves a reader.
Right. Looks like we got ourselves a reader. I like Drew's got kind of, he can either be the Southern judge or the Southern attorney. He's kind of got, he's got that way about him.
Have you seen Trump's attorney?
Which one?
It's not his attorney, it's his doctor. And he's got this curly mustache like this. You see that?
Yeah.
Like a handlebar mustache?
Like the handlebar, and then he's got a beard. And he's like, I do declare Donald Trump is the healthiest man I've seen in my life. With his cane and his white suit.
Seersucker suit, and I do declare.
I'm telling you, Drew, if you let that mustache grow just a little bit more under your chin, you'd have a perfect circle, man.
That's the thing. I can't grow anything else except for this. This is the only. I can't grow anything over here on the sides. Can't grow anything down here. I can only grow this humongous Motorhead mustache. I have hair. I don't have hair anywhere else.
Lloyd can pop it out everywhere except on top of the cabeza.
That's where I
Otherwise,
oh yeah,
you know, you name it. You say like you want like hair coming off your fingertips.
Yeah,
Lloyd can grow it.
Ears, nose hair.
He's like one of those Play-Doh.
Lloyd can
He's
do like 6 inches off the earlobes. He can do anything.
Except where I need.
You're like that
But
Play-Doh
he just
thing.
can't direct it where he wants it. That's what
shove that
sucks.
Play-Doh up there, and the beard comes out. And you can just sit there, and you can just tense up and grow hair on his face.
I tried to grow a beard. Didn't work for me, man. I tried. I mean, it just made me look old because it was gray.
You know, you need one of those, dude. You need one of those Fu Manchu mustaches, Lloyd.
You're from Johnston County. You know, the genes can get a bit scrambled. So it's like that. You know, I tried to grow a beard, but I grew a tail.
Yeah.
What the
It's like one side would be nice and full, and the other side be all scraggly and shit. It's not even.
Dude, you need to be, that's what I mean. You need to be more facially aggressive. You need to be like the fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know, like you got an ice pick in your cheek. You got fucking hair all over the place. You got like an eyebrow that fuses with your nose hair.
You know what he needs?
No.
He needs a robe, dude.
A robe?
He needs a nice
kind of thing where anybody sits down with L.A. Lloyd, they go, fuck, this is what happens. You get to a certain age, and it's like you got to like astounding than anyone you interview has. Like they look at you and go, holy fuck, look at this guy. He's got 3 different fake contacts on. He's got, hair fusing with this thing. He's got, they look at you and you're like, holy fuck, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I'm L.A. Lloyd. See, when you're 28, you can't pull that off. When you get 56, yeah, people expect some stuff.
Well, you're starting to make me sound like George Clinton now from Parliament Funkadelic. He's got the fucking purple dreads and, right.
Yeah, it's something when they look at you and it's like you've taken some in your life, you got it. Yeah. You still got like a bottleneck, stuck out of your head from when somebody whacked you.
Yeah.
You got stuff,
You got wounds. You got wounds. You got war wounds.
I got skills and
scars.
You
ask a question like, tell me about the new album. And they don't go like, oh, again? They're like, fuck, look at this guy. And they actually really tell you about the new album.
Look at this dude in the robe. Just ask me about the album. I'm going to tell him.
Well, this could happen after I come back from Rocklahoma. That might happen.
You need a robe and a beard. You need a robe and a beard, dude. Stat.
They do that with Drew, but they go like, I can't afford this. Maybe my family can come up with some money for you.
Yeah.
Who you sound like you perfectly described is Rick Rubin. The big world famous producer. And have you heard who his latest reunion is of sorts? Drew, this will probably appeal to you more than John.
I don't know.
He's going to produce
Gloria Estefan,
all the original Smashing Pumpkins guys. Everybody's back.
Oh, except for Darcy.
No, Darcy's going to be there too. She's going to be there too.
Really?
All 4.
What about James Ito? Huh?
He's going to be there. Right.
Like I'm an idiot and I don't know my Smashing Pumpkins.
Look at you. I'm impressed, John.
Right.
But no, I mean
Smashing Pumpkins. I don't think that's a good name, I would call you guys Marmalade.
Man, who gives a shit about the Smashing Pumpkins?
Well, I was kind of
Whoa.
I was enthused about that.
Talking about American culture, Drew. Stop it.
Multi-platinum.
Look at you, man.
Pass.
Look at you. You're over there doing the Meineke number.
He's all
and insulting American culture.
Right.
Easy.
Let me just let me put it to you this way. Smashing Pumpkins reuniting on the same night that a band like Cheap Trick is playing across the street. I'm going to the Cheap Trick show.
Okay, you're right. Darcy looks like she's not going to make it. You're right. Sorry. I misread the story. So it's going to be Iha, Chamberlain, and Billy.
That's who it is, James Iha.
Iha.
And the only reason I remember that guy is because he looks like a producer I had back in the early 90s. So that was the only reason I remember his name.
So it's three of the five guys.
It doesn't matter. Lloyd gets a hold of Smashing Pumpkins, baby. It's all.
I hear Billy
over the
Corgan's a
countdown.
horrible interview. I've never interviewed him, but I hear he's really a bad interview. So
Did you guys go see Kiss? If it was who's he that's doing Ace and the other dude that does Peter? They put him in the makeup and everything. What do you guys think about that?
What, faux Kiss?
Yeah, faux Kiss.
Well, first of all, you already know how I stand on Kiss anyhow, Drew. So that's a cartoon. You already know how I stand on that.
I led you into that one, didn't I?
So anything, going, that's shed from the cartoon is just, okay, so be it. Yeah. Oh, my God, how awful. I can't imagine such a thing.
Who cares about the Smashing Pumpkins? I just don't think that it's that great.
Lloyd cares if he can get an interview. So that's the whole thing. I mean, Lloyd cares about any band he can get an interview from.
that is true. That's why I'm going 7.5 hours to Rocklahoma.
That's the reason why I'm giving you the peace sign, baby, because I got it. To always have to worry about getting band interviews is unbelievable. To always have to worry about anything is unbelievable.
And he's done it for like 25 years.
Not quite 25, but yes, I have to get at least 50 band interviews a year because
that's just insane.
It sounds easier than it is, but when you think about
no, it's insane. Just to have an interview, or you got Ricky Rocket or Nicky Knockett or whoever.
Hey, look, the show is nominated for Best Syndicated Show against Nikki Sixx and Lou Brutus and Full Metal Jackie, and it's going down at the Hard Rock Hotel late February, and I'm not even going to be there for the award ceremony. How fucking bad is that?
But I think that's wonderful, Lloyd. I think that's wonderful, man.
This is a perfect opportunity for you to show up in your robe and your beard.
Right.
I don't know why you're not.
Through my lip.
I don't know why you're not dedicating yourself to. You need to buy a plane ticket. You need to show up in your fucking robe and your beard. You need to show everybody your je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm saying?
Shuck the countdown satin jacket for at least once. Do what Drew's saying. Let it go. Have at it. Be crazy, man. Mascara, Lloyd. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Eyeliner.
Yes, mascara.
Mascara.
I look like somebody from RuPaul's drag queen race at that point.
You need like a silk
when you get to a
karate outfit.
At a certain age, you have to do that.
Yeah.
You gotta, if you're not gonna do the work, then you gotta have something else. You gotta have something else happening for you.
Gotta have a gimmick.
Just to play the whole deal, man.
Right.
No, it's just kind of visually arresting, and it messes with people, and they feel like you're something to the point that you present as mentally unstable.
I've never been a hat guy because I always think guys who are fucking losing their hair, that wears a hat is hiding something. At least I put mine out there. I put it out there. You get it.
You don't need the hat. I'll tell you what you need. You need a long cigarette.
A long cigarette?
He needs one of those.
Like what do you think? 8, 9, 10 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those holders, and you put a cigarette, at the end of it.
But yeah, you don't need a fedora. That's not going to work for you. You don't need a beanie. You don't.
I'm going to go with the robe anyway.
I must say, with a beanie, you'd kind of be like the Edge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like the Edge last night on the Grammys.
Oh, good Lord, that Grammys thing last night! I thought, you 2, 3 times?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
They're basically saying there's nothing left in rock except for U2.
Oh, that was just, that was hard for me to take. I thought, because I abandoned, I was an early adopter on U2, and then I abandoned them back around, 88. And that was it. And so for 30 years now, they've done whatever, and I've hated them. But then last night, and I don't know why, I was reading and I had the Grammys on, and I'm just kind of reading it because I got closed captions on. And I thought, they're there again and again and again. I couldn't understand this. It's kind of like saying, these are the okay white people. Yeah, the okay white rock band. They can be on this thing. And I always hate the Grammys anyhow, but I just got to, because I thought, what's going to be said? I knew something would be there. I couldn't believe that when they pulled the Wolf Book out and they had all that, and Hillary was a part of that, and I really didn't think that she would sink into that. It's like, why even go there? Why even be a part of anything like that?
Well, I thought there were some good moments about the Grammys, and the thing about U2 performing is when the Cuban American girl, Cabela, I can't think of her first name, but anyway, she was it was a whole speech that dealt with the Dreamers.
It's Cabela Bass Pro Shops.
Anyway, she was trying to say, look, it's, she came from Cuba, U2 came from Ireland. It's all about coming here to, fulfill
Rape
your
us
dreams.
And take our money.
It's about the dreamers. About the dreamers.
Right. Take it away.
Yeah. But, look, I mean, there was...
If it's the Grammys and I want to talk to somebody, I want to see Ricky Martin up there.
I guess it's got too political because...
I've just never seen... Why can't this just be about music? Why does it have to be about politics?
Well, obviously, I think that they're going to take some notes because the ratings were down 20% compared to last year, which they were down last year. So... I'm with you.
Music's always been about politics,
they're
man. I don't get it.
As long as it's all about hip hop or, slowly getting that way. I guess not completely, but people don't care. It's like, when Men Without Hats were won the Grammy for the best new music group, or Jethro Tull wins for heavy metal, or it's just nonsense.
I think last night's show to me was trying to, obviously you got only 3.5 hours to get an audience. You would think they could get a format down, but it just seemed very forced to me. It seemed like they were pushing hip hop way too much into the mainstream. And I'm probably going to get some hate mail for this on the Me Too.
Oh, say it, Lloyd. Say it.
The whole Kesha thing to me. And look, I know she went through some shit with her former manager and producer, and it's a great song. I thought the whole concept was great, having the girls singing with her, but it just seemed forced to me.
Dude,
everything seemed forced and rehearsed.
Down the powerful, emotional Kesha moment.
I'm not putting down the Kesha moment. I just thought that it was put together by a producer.
L.A. Lloyd, who's worked with Kesha in the past and has...
But it just seemed forced to me. I mean, and look, Kendrick Lamar opening the show, I thought was awesome. I thought Dave Chappelle, kind of intertwining between the songs, that was brilliant. I mean, I think James Corden's the one who kind of got shit on because Dave Chappelle was pretty much the host of the show, not him. And then you had that horrible subway karaoke or carpool karaoke thing with Sting and Shaggy. Failed miserably. I mean, it went nowhere. It just was it was just the forced shit. I mean,
coming up on this year's Grammys.
Yeah.
L.A. Lloyd approved entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, fine. Look, dude, these are the moments that made me cry, that cracked my heart open. And there you go and besmirch them. Yeah. But it's like that, man. Because you radio people, you old time rock jocks, you got your little thing, you got a shock.
I actually like award show. Back in the day when MTV the VMAs meant something, and even the American Music Awards, Dick Clark kind of shitting on the Grammys because the Grammys were so stuffy.
They meant something?
I was going to say. I was going to say, when was that? When were the dates of that? When was that?
I mean, come on. You think about Madonna making her debut, doing the whole fucking like a virgin
really
thing.
Meant something.
It was great
when it
back
wasn't
then.
A travesty.
It was good back then. I mean, back in the 80s when MTV showed videos and the VMAs were hip, man. I mean, it was cool.
True.
Back in the day when the Kids' Choice Awards meant something.
I was going to say, Drew, you have to object.
How can you not say that the MTV VMAs was not one of the best pop culture award show out there? I mean, it was great. There was a point that it was really good. I mean, you had Pearl Jam playing and Nirvana playing and Howard Stern dropping in to do Fart Man. I mean, it was at least good entertainment. It was shit that mattered. It wasn't like sitting up there being fucking political the whole night.
Yeah,
even Bruno Mars said it last night. He's like, come on, get up, man. Enough with the ballads. By the way, I won 6 Grammys tonight, so kiss my ass with your politically correct bullshit. I thought that was a great moment.
First of all, music's always been with politics. Politics and music have always walked hand in hand. And so I don't know why everybody gets so upset about it, when the Grammys get political. Why wouldn't they?
Since when?
I mean,
exactly?
Well, I'm just saying with, from everything from protest songs in the 60s all the way into the 70s, the whole We Are the World stuff in the 80s, something has driven
political impact? No, I mean, a little CCR from the 60s? No, I think mainly it's, if you look at your larger selling albums, nothing political there.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. I wanted to fucking just take a shit right on my own couch when that started. I was like, even though she's, giving a big tribute to Andrew Lloyd Webber, still, we could have done without that.
I don't know. My kids are, my young kids. I have kids 9, 12, 28, 37. Those are the ages of my children. So this weekend, for some reason, when I had my kids, I was trying to get my son to tell me the truth about removing the wand from the blinds in my office, that you turn to close the blinds, open the blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I approached him with this before, and he said, "Oh, no, it's back behind their speakers." And I thought, no, I've looked everywhere in the office. It's not there. So I'm trying to get him to tell the truth. So I kind of entered into an area that I probably shouldn't have, but I said, I've been arrested before. They said, well, what for? And I said, I'm not going to tell you that. I said, if you guess it, I'll tell you. But the thing is I want you basically, in exchange for me saying I've been arrested, I want you to tell me where this wand went from, went to where you threw this wand from the blinds. And so
that's quite the bargaining chip that you gave.
Yes, fessed up that he had taken it and then thrown it outside in the woods somewhere. Didn't know exactly where. And I thought, yes, that's right. And also my window's broken. So it's because he said, well, I noticed the window was broken and that's the reason I opened the blinds. And I thought, well, maybe you broke the window as well. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, so I said, I'm not going to tell you why I was arrested. If you guess it, I'll tell you you're correct. So my 9-year-old says drunk driving.
Wow.
And it's like, it's like the initial dart stabbed me right to the bullseye, went through my body right to the bullseye. And I said, you're correct.
I know my daddy.
She's like, I already know.
And then there was another point this weekend. So that was one, and we kind of worked.
I love it how he says, listen, I murdered a guy. So in return for me telling you that, you tell me where you put the hairbrush.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like that. Because you got to do that with your kids. Because if you don't have a big bargaining chip, look, your children are still young, Drew. When you get to this point, and I've done it for the cycle and back again, you got to give them something. Otherwise, you don't get it. You get just a little bit of something.
I feel like you're playing. I feel like you're playing a game of Uno. And you got the wild card. You play the wild card like early on in the game. You know what I mean? You got all these cards to play. And you're like, I'm gonna go ahead and play the. No, I've already been to jail card.
I'd already been on this thing for a week, and I'm not getting anywhere. So I had to offer up something. Same thing. I had to offer up something heavy, and then he admitted, yeah, okay, I took it out of the office and I threw it in the woods, which I had figured anyhow because I'd looked in all his usual hiding places and everything else, and it wasn't there. So at some other point over the weekend, the kids are we're doing something, and my 9-year-old says, yeah, just like you can't keep a job, Dad.
Wow. Holy cow. Wow. Man, your son is after your ass. Like a
freaking javelin to the heart. I go, whoa. Boy. And then my 12-year-old, even my 12-year-old, who usually annihilates me, looks at her brother and says, that's not fair. Dad quit his job.
Well, there you go.
And that was the 9-year-old that stuck that dagger in me. I forget what it was, but he goes, yeah, like dad can't keep a job. Like that was the comparison to whatever we were talking about.
Here's what I will say about that. At least that kid knows to kick a man when he's down.
Yeah.
Because that is the best. It's the best time to do it when they're down. You can
Nothing
kick
like
them
your
when
son
they're
just
down.
kicking you right in the nuts like John's son did. It's like, wow.
No, I mean, if you raise your kids right, they will give you crap. You know, and the thing is that, you know, because when I gave my parents crap, something came back at me. You know, like a hand would come back at me,
right.
You know, boom. Yeah. But no, I mean, I did that all the time. But I mean, I like it when it's there. But this weekend was a little, you know, it's a bit brutal. But I did tell them, and I knew that immediately, I'm sure when they went home yesterday, they probably told their mother, Dad was arrested. Dad did this, Dad did that. But I had this epiphany a few days ago, and I said, you know what? I'm kissing 59. I'll be 59 in exactly 6 months from today. And I thought, you know what? I'm tired of taking the one down with people. I gotten to the point where it's kind of like I'm trying to reclaim my mojo, which has been gone for about 5 years, 6 years. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I've been raising kids since I was 24. I got 9 years before my son is out of high school, unless he were pizza grade. I'll be 68 years old. I've been raising kids for freaking forever. I've been doing whatever, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just ready just to plant myself and go, you know what? I finally reached that point where it's like, I don't care what you think. Here I am. I'm pretty much a civil person, pretty much a polite person. But overall, here I am. I don't have a wife to worry about. I don't have to kowtow to anybody. I don't have anything. It's like, no, here I am. All I have to worry about is how I'm judged through my kids' eyes.
Right.
And at this point, you know what? I'm okay. So it's like, take it, leave it. Here it is. Enough.
It sounds like instead of dressing me up, it sounds like we need to dress you up. You're the guy who seems like you're at the point where you need the, you know, the crazy hair and the robe. I'm not quite there yet. I mean, you seem like you're there ready to graduate.
You get a nose stud, and it's just like you, all of a sudden, you know, it's like your feet become claws that just dig into the terra firma.
Maybe I should get a little closer to the camera so you can see my nose stud. It's a big old zit at 56 years. I got a nose stud right here, and it's called a zit. And I'm 56, still going through adolescence. It's called a zit. I got my nose stud here.
And I T-balled that one up for you. I'm ready. Very nice, you know? Very nice.
Nothing like a guy who's 56 years old, losing his hair, and he's got a fucking zit. Hello, Rocklahoma. I'm on my way.
Good God. All of a sudden, my cold sore is really starting to act up here. I think it wants to make love. Yeah, here I go, Oklahoma. That might work in Oklahoma. That might be good, man. That might be good.
You know.
Hey, L.A. Lloyd. I see you teasing me. I hope you got about 50, 60 more of those on your ass.
I hope you got one of them boils on your back right above your crack. Let me, I can bust it for you.
Did we lose Drew?
Ready, L.A. Lloyd.
I'd like to suck that pus right out of that zit on your nose, L.A. Lloyd.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Thank you, Jeff Sessions. I appreciate that. That was very good and very kind of you.
So Lloyd's got to go up to Oklahoma with a zit on his nose, and he's really worried about it because he don't want to show up and, you know, among his adoring public and his fans, and he's got, you know, a big zit sticking out on his nose. Poor guy.
I don't have any sympathy for him. I mean, all he has to do is grow the Fu Manchu beard and put on a robe. And
some of the best fans in the world in Oklahoma.
Drew goes up in your stead. Drew goes up, pretends to be L.A. Lloyd.
Right.
He's got it down. They go, hey, you're a little younger man than I thought you'd be. And Drew goes up and he's got the Fu Manchu. He's there. And they go like, do that voice you do on the countdown.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it, Drew. Let's hear your best LA Lloyd. Let's hear it, Drew. Come on.
I don't have a good LA Lloyd, man. I can't do you.
See, he can't do that part. He has to go, I gotta do a little cartoon voice. I can't do
just do like Corey Taylor and I were hanging out, and then there's Dave Grohl, and then there's 10 Years, and I had dinner a couple days ago. And
how long have you guys been on tour?
I know him. I've interviewed him many times.
Yeah,
I'm L.A. Lloyd.
Tell me the inspiration for your new album.
Drew's getting the interview questions down right, isn't he?
I like it. You've heard the show. Have you noticed there's not a lot of hype about I don't know if we can say SB, the big game. Can you not even say SB on the podcast, or is that just terrestrial broadcast radio?
Give me the big game.
The big game.
Big game.
Yeah. It seems like there is no hype whatsoever. I mean, does nobody give a shit about this game this year? Because, I mean, no one's talking about it at work. I really haven't seen that much on social media. I mean, Drew, what do you think?
Well, it's the teams aren't sexy. You got the New England Patriots that are going for their 6th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think people are tired of Tom Brady just owning the whole thing.
Mm.
And then with the exception of the fans, the team. And then you got Philly, and no one really likes Philly. Like, nobody does. No one. No one likes their fans. No one likes the city. No one likes that team.
Well, especially Cowboys fans. They fucking hate the Eagles.
Not just Cowboys fans. I mean, anybody in the NFC East, of course, but, really anybody beyond that. I think you talk to other fans around the NFL, and everyone's going to root for the Patriots on this one.
I really wanted to see the Vikings go this year, but...
well, I'm a Vikings fan and have been since 1967, so we're pessimists, and it didn't happen, which... lived up to exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
But I will be an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Regardless. Because, come on, Nick Foles. Come on, baby.
Yeah, we got to have a little Texas love there. It would have been really weird to see Drew Brees against Foles, though, huh?
Oh, you mean if the Saints had beat the Vikings?
Yeah.
They got that way? Yeah, that would have been all right. But, of course, it didn't happen. But we turned them out here in the great state of Texas.
That we do.
Yeah, I'm not talking quarterbacks. I'm talking zits on noses. So
big ones.
That deserves a ring in itself, man. I could get a nose ring and have it for the big game,
Yeah, big ones there, pal.
First round draft pick.
Yeah, and the more you think about that zit, the bigger it gets, dude. That's what it is. It's fed by...
I'm staring at it right now. I know it's grown at least a couple of inches just in the last 30 minutes. So.
All right, don't dick with it, though. Just let it, it'll eventually disappear.
Well, if I let Tom Brady hold it, maybe it would deflate a little bit, and it would kind of go down some. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, Tom knows how to control it through diet. Lloyd, you're just not that fortunate.
Right.
So you have to do something about that. So I would think, what will you do, man? You go to Oklahoma, you got to present. You're L.A. Lloyd, dude. You can't have a zit.
Well, it should be gone by then. I mean, I haven't had a zit in 20 years. It's just all of a sudden the beginning of the year, 2018 arrives, and there it is, a fresh new zit for Lloyd in his 50s. So,
What if it really grows to enormous proportions?
Maybe I'm just being empathetic to, my teenage daughters who are going through adolescence. I'll have one that pops up there occasionally. I'm like, look, Dad's taking one for the team for you. Look, I want to be there for you.
I love that. Yeah. Empathetic acne. Yeah. I love that. That's great, Lloyd.
That is the name of this show.
Lloyd's like, I had a period last week.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now that won't happen. Beaver Kool-Aid, episode 11, empathetic acne.
There you have it.
I like the name of our show.
No, I mean, doesn't it make you feel good that you have a zit on your face?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I've still got some youth in me.
I think it's those tea treatments you've been.
You think that's what it is?
Good. Yeah, I know that you decided to do the endorsements. I noticed I was gaining some weight. My sexual desire wasn't what it once was, and I Seemed like my muscle mass had decreased a little bit. Low T. That's right. That's all you need, baby. And an injection, and you're coming back, man.
Do you feel like a woman? If you feel like a woman, you've got low T.
Low T. Right, sissy. Enough of that estrogen shit.
Yeah,
Time to get
sissy.
back to the T.
Let me tell you something. There's so much estrogen in my house. All I have to do is breathe the air. I get all the estrogen I need, my friend. I promise you. There is no testosterone in this house. None.
South Park Testosterone Clinic. Talk to a specialist today, sissy.
Well, I'm glad Jeff Sessions made an appearance again. So good to have you back there, Jeff.
You've got low T. I do declare.
I do declare. Your nuts are going to be the size of a pecan.
A big pecan.
I say smaller than a pecan. I got bonds to bean.
Them avocados. Them Mexicans be the big ones.
I do declare.
And now I want a bucket of chicken. So I don't know why, but certain things happen, and I hear certain things. I go, now all of a sudden I want a bucket.
Did y'all see the Colonel Reba KFC commercial during the Grammys?
No, I read about that, but I didn't see it. But I did see that Reba McEntire was a colonel.
She was dressed up like the Colonel, but she's also in the audience while the Colonel's talking. And I put this on Twitter today because they've used different people from SNL that's played the Colonel, like Daryl Hammond and what's the other guy's name? Norm Macdonald's played it. And so I thought, honestly, when, Colonel Reba popped up, I thought it was Dana Carvey at first because it kind of looked like Church Lady. And I'm like, holy shit, they got Dana Carvey. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's actually Reba.
No.
That is a woman.
I never wanted to bone Dana Carvey. So let's make that distinction right now.
Well,
Mama Reba,
Well, Mama Reba did, promote the white breast last night. So
You got to hand it to Reba McEntire. I mean, that woman, she has hawked lipstick using only one lip.
Right. How does she do that?
Oh, Drew, do not screw with my image. Man, you just did it. All you had to do was say, you know what? Reba's been great for years, except for that enormous zit on her nose.
I do declare, Reba McEntire has only one lip.
She does only have one lip. You're right about
Your
that.
Honor, I will attempt to prove, and to you and the jury, that Reba McEntire has but one lip.
I do declare her lipstick should be 50% off.
I could give a shit who plays Colonel Sanders. I think every one of those commercials have been horrible since the day they debuted.
Yeah, they besmirched the image of the man
They
who was a national institution.
I don't even lick my fingers anymore. I mean, it's not finger licking good anymore,
I mean, come on, Lloyd, as children growing up in the Deep South, we thought Colonel Sanders was like, a decorated military veteran, a hero. We had no idea. It was Colonel, and there he was, and it was okay. And since then, it's just become, just something kind of silly, where they don't do honor to the man that we once thought maybe, single-handedly saved us from the Nazis. He was the man.
And now they got Colonel Reba. One lip.
Yeah, I mean, listen to you, Lloyd. I mean, I see sides of you I've never known. That zitty-nosed white man said mean things about my heroes. Right. As he straddled his big dick mic and rode into the night. Fine.
I do declare that sure is a large microphone you've got there, L.A. Lloyd.
There's only one problem with it, though. It suffers from low T and doesn't have any pecans.
They got bonds.
That's what imagination is for, my friend. That's what imagination is all about. Let us not forget the limits of broadcasting, of radio broadcasting, because the limits are only the limits of your imagination.
Right.
That's the magic and beauty of radio broadcasting, or in this case, podcasting. Right.
John Lisle, everybody. John Lisle. A legend, a legacy like no other.
Except for that zit on your nose. I've been supplanted, my friend.
I will go to your party and I will tear it up.
Really? Beaver Kool-Aid.
Get it hard.
With Lisle, L.A. Lloyd, and Drew.
Make it like a man.
So go ahead, stick your head up your ass.